We head out to the edge of the South Downs, a combination of dry weather and cold air making the ground hard, but we can see the sun tipping behind the houses and feel the hope of spring. In lockdown, her hair has become a mane of gold, and with legs almost as long as mine, she can easily keep up and talk non-stop at the same time. After some gentle cajoling, she has started to enjoy our post-homeschool walks. Eye-rolling and sighing soon moves into reveling in space that is just for her. She is known and also not known to me. In many ways we are alike, but already she has evolved far beyond me. At age 10, she has accepted that some people will like her and some really won't, and that's okay, that's up to them. I was not this 10-year-old. I'm not even this 43-year-old. I have spent my whole life trying to please people, to fit in and keep the peace. It doesn't come naturally, but I have done it for so long that it has become who I am, and I still lack the self-awareness or maybe the will to adjust. I shake this thought off. The evening and her voice in the cooling air after a day of work is a happy place. When she links arms with me, I resist the mirror, mirror moment and wonder how something so glorious came from me. The birdsong and her voice are splintered by the noise of a small motor, and over the brow of the hill comes a quad bike driving vaguely in our direction at relative speed, but veering all over the field. We stop our walk to see what they will do, and as they get closer, we see two boys in their late teens or early 20s riding in tandem. They start whooping and waving until they are right beside us. "Hello, beautiful," one yells, blowing a kiss without stopping and leaving us in their dust. She looks at me. Should we do something? Go after them or something? She is annoyed and uncomfortable. It's probably better just to ignore it. You don't want to wind them up. We are walking back now a little slower and she's let go of my arm. So we just take it. I keep walking and the words come out. Well, it just makes things easier, doesn't it? Hello everyone, my name is Jess Moriarty and I'm Principal Lecturer in Creative Writing at the University of Brighton, and that was an extract from a collaborative autoethnographic article that myself and Mel have written in the wake of this project on gender-based violence that we've been working on together at the University of Brighton.
And I'm Mel Parks, and I'm a researcher at the University of Brighton on the project studying gender-based violence during COVID-19 pandemic. I'm also a freelance writer and a creative workshop facilitator. And one aspect of gender-based violence that soon rose to public consciousness during the pandemic was domestic abuse, with a terrifying rise of 700% in helpline calls reported by the UK's largest domestic abuse charity, Refuge, while a separate helpline for perpetrators of domestic abuse seeking help to change their behaviour received 25% more calls after the start of lockdown. Led by Professor Leslie Murray at the University of Brighton, we were both asked to be part of this project, identifying storytelling as an agent for change, and was concerned with offering survivors of gender-based violence dedicated time, a safe and supportive space, and methods and techniques to tell their autobiographical experience in a variety of ways, and also employ literary techniques that might help them and readers of the text to feel differently about the stories being told. Stories have the ability to provide insights into contextual circumstances most people may not have experienced firsthand, and research exploring human stories is often considered as the flip side of established academic debates, able to challenge dominant societal narratives and carry rhetorical weight, making it highly appropriate for feminist qualitative research seeking to challenge patriarchal and misogynistic discourse. Here we talk about the writing exercises we carried out linked to gender-based violence and lockdown, and how they helped us devise workshops with women who've experienced gender-based violence. So Jess, tell us, how did you approach your writing?
So one of the things that we were both really concerned with is that we didn't want to start the workshops with these women and ask them to do anything that we didn't feel comfortable about ourselves. So we wanted to explore different methods that we could use in the workshop that didn't feel unethical or too revealing for us. So one of the people that's always inspired me is Celia Hunt. So this notion of storing the self. So the extract I read, it draws on autobiographical experiences, but it's not trying to hold up a mirror or develop anything kind of a truthful recollection, if you like. And then I was also really inspired by the writing of Derek Owusu, who in the book That Reminds Me uses the recollections of the protagonist protagonist, Kay, to leave the reader with a vivid sense of the character's experiences growing up and how they've shaped who he is. And Kay delivers one memory at a time as well, instead of a kind of linear narrative. And that was something that we wanted to explore with our own writing, but also in the workshops as well. It felt more manageable to ask women to commit to sharing one memory at a time too. Would you like to say something about your approach to this work as well, Mel?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. What we wanted to do is, as Jess said, break down the process of writing and make it really accessible, and also make sure that, you know, we could do our best so that the women felt safe and supported, and that they get something out of the process as well, because there's been a lot of research showing that writing helps with well-being, and it also helps with trauma. In his book, The Body Keeps the Score, Bessel van der Kolk cites Pennebaker, who in 1986 found that asking people to write about stressful or traumatic experiences for 15 minutes a day for 4 days improved both their mental and physical health. I mean, I remember when I first found out about that, I was really pleased that writing is actually good for you. But yeah, there's been lots of research done to show that, but still more needs to be done. So that's part of this project as well. And as Jess said, we wanted to try out the techniques that we're sharing with participants. And so we've been doing collaborative work as researchers. And one of the things we've been doing is a collaborative Japanese form called a renga, which we write small stanzas and then pass around by email. We're also analysing stories we found online, and we'll use what we found in all the research so far to inform workshops with policymakers in the autumn, with the aim of developing recommendations for change. So now I'm going to read an extract from my creative piece as well.
And if anyone wants any more information about the project, then please do go to the website. The link's on the screen. If you'd like to add your stories or read some of the stories or find out more, please use that link. Thanks very much for listening, everyone.
Letting go. I click off Facebook and send a text to my daughter. Paranoid mum alert, text me to tell me you're safe. She doesn't. Just a few minutes ago, I was making headway on an editing job, and then I clicked on my Facebook village community group. A post popped up saying a man had tried to get 2 girls waiting at a bus stop into his car. The bus stop is on the same long road as our house, running through different villages as it goes. Whoever they are could be driving past our house at any minute. Almost 13, my daughter is out on her second walk alone. She loves the woods on the edge of our village and wandering off the beaten track. She told me she was going to walk on the golf course, which lies to one side of the village, merges with and is part of a forest. It feels like a safe place to walk, especially in lockdown when more people are out in nature. But today, after the Facebook post, I panic and thoughts swirl in my head. I try to reassure myself. Whoever tried to get the girls at the bus stop into their car probably won't be parking their car, then walking off into their woods. But at this moment, I don't know that she's in the woods for sure. She also said she was going to the shop first. Shop, road, street, unmade road, path, trees, and unknown dark places. My mind travels possible routes she could be taking. Whichever route she takes, in my mind, it does not end well. Writing this, I feel the fear all over again. I know the ending and it's a happy one, and I'm writing from a position of safety, but tension rises in my chest, rushes through to my now stiff fingers tapping on the keyboard. I clench my fists, feel the warmth of my palms at my fingertips, exhale, stretch and continue. I want to work through this moment in words, find out where the fear comes from by writing to notice, find and make connections. By doing this, my hope is that I'll be able to let go as a mother, bit by bit. I want to let go of my child as they grow and gain independence, and also let go of the fear and worry that I'm in danger of passing on to them. The spiralling thoughts of what could happen are based not only on what I read in the media and in research reports from support organisations, but in my lived experiences as well. Picking out stories to tell on the page, rewriting the narrative creates a container for the fear and displaces it.